Hello and welcome to my channel. A channel where I'll teach you how to transform your life step by step. In today's video, we would be discussing on how our emotions play a part in affecting our lives. There was an author named Emoto. He conducted an experiment. In this experiment, what he did was he collected water, segregated them into multiple containers, and a few of the containers he took it to some monks, asked them to pray and bless those containers with water. He got it back to his testing lab and freezed them. But before freezing, he did something different. He wrote on a few notes or a pieces of paper different words and placed it underneath the containers before freezing. And the words were like this. The first one, he put up love. In the second one, he put up thanks. The third one, he wrote, I hate you, you make me sick. The fourth one, he wrote joy. And the fifth one, you fool. And then he froze it under a certain temperature. And then he took those containers out when there was a thin layer of crystal formed at the bottom of the container after freezing, and then he put it under the microscope to check what. And to his surprise, what he saw was this. This is what was formed where the note said, thank you. This is the structure that was formed for love. Okay, after seeing those beautiful structures, no prizes for guessing, this is the container that said, I hate you, you make me sick. And this was the container which was blessed by the monks. Now he went on to state in a journal of scientific studies that our thoughts and words have an effect on water. Now, if what Emoto said was true, imagine our thoughts and words. How much of effect do they have on our body? Because our body is made of 70% water. Now, Emoto's experiment was not scientifically approved. Neither was it rejected. Because for a theory to be proven or rejected, every attribute or variable has to be recorded. Like at what temperature did he collect the water? From which location exactly did he collect the water? What kind of containers did he use for the experiment? All these things matter for a scientific experiment, and since all the attributes were not recorded, this theory was neither proven nor rejected by science. Now, even if Emoto's theory was proven or rejected, was true or not true, we don't know. But imagine if this was true. This is one of those first incidents that made me sit up and look. It made me realize maybe emotions have much deeper meaning attached to them, and maybe they have an effect on us. So as I went on to study deeper on this, I realized something. What is energy? Energy is not just chemical energy, solar energy, nuclear energy that we talk about, but everything on this planet, including our emotions, are energy. Each of our emotion vibrates at a certain frequency of energy. In the next screen, you will be seeing a pictorial representation of these frequencies. I'm not sure which was the first book or publication that used this, but I have borrowed it to show you where our emotions lie. This is an interesting graph which basically sums up which emotion lies in which frequency and what is the corresponding reality. So we have spoken about beliefs. The lowest layer of all those beliefs will be one of these emotions. The belief I'm not worthy stems out of shame. Hitler is said to be on the scale of 37, so he had some amount of guilt in him. I'm not explaining each frequency as it would take long. I'll just jump into the key points. Fear is an interesting frequency which all of us have. We'll deal with it some other day. And desire, what is shown here, are not the goals that we have, that we desire in our life. These are addictive behaviors. Courage is a door opener frequency. What I mean is, a person at a frequency of 500 can positively change the frequency of a person at 200. Around 750,000 people it can be affected. Einstein was at the frequency of 499. Right now, the average of all the human beings on planet is a little about 200. One person at the vibration of 600 can affect 10 million people, and the person who is enlightened at 700 and above can affect 70 million people. So this shows that the higher frequencies even have the ability to influence our environment. Now from this, what we learn is, whichever is the dominant emotion in our lives, that is the reality that we live during the period. Always be aware of what to choose and which frequency you want to live in. Love and all the above frequencies above it are the ones we should be striving to achieve in our life. These are the frequencies that will help us mold our lives the way we want it to be. Now that is why my videos are designed to help you reach those frequency states. Now how do we do that? If you have seen my previous video, you would have noticed that I talk about a 5 minutes meditation in the morning where as soon as you wake up, where we practice gratitude. That is just the first step to include gratefulness in our life. Gratitude is the stepping stone to achieve what we want in life. So we started with 5 minutes. Our aim is to incorporate love and the frequencies above it throughout our day. But it is easier to start with 5 minutes, and that's why we started off with 5 minutes. With each passing video, we will increase the duration and the different frequencies that will help us bring in all these good frequencies into our life. It becomes so natural that we start living it. In the picture, we saw the frequency of peace. Now, according to me, peace is a combination of gratitude, forgiveness, and non-judgment. And when we talk of forgiveness, the first step is to forgive ourselves. There might be many bottled up regrets in our life. So today, the first step is to forgive yourself. We can do it this way. Bring your journal or notebook and note down what are your bottled up regrets in your life. Note down all the regrets that you have in life. Try and understand why those situations happened. And if those situations still exist, note down what you can do to make it better. Once you're done with this, write a letter to yourself. And when I say letter, it is not to your current self, but to your old self, whom you have blamed many a times in life. Write a letter to your old self, releasing it of all the blame that you have given. And also be grateful for all the blessings that you have as your present self, because some of them were due to the decisions made by your old self. Accept your old self with gratitude and love. Thank your old self for all the blessings that you have today. This was an exercise of forgiving ourselves. In the next video, we will continue to part 2 of the same topic. We will do another exercise that will strengthen us further.